Hello guys and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So let's continue without any delay the lecture 9. So in this we are going to talk about the other different types of the pathways till now what we have been reading about. So there are two more pathways are there which we need to remember. Okay? Because these pathways are going to help in understanding of the other concepts also. For example, if I talk about NF kappa B, so we have discussed in the lectures like कैसे NF kappa B को हम regulate कर सकते हैं, right? So why this regulation is needed, this is what we're going to learn today. And there are other pathways also. In the next lecture we'll talk about the NOT signaling, etc. So आपको मालूम है, whenever we talk about dev bio, all this vent pathway, NOT signaling, everything comes over there, right? So that's why the studying cell signaling is really very important. Okay, so without any further delay, let's continue. So today we are going to talk about the pathways in which the receptors are coupled to the transcription factors. So we know that about the CEMP, MAP kinase and PA3 kinase pathway, they are the examples of indirect connections between the cell surface and the nucleus. ठीक है, आपको मालूम होगा कैसे वो receptor को bind करते हैं, then secondary messenger release होते हैं, then only there is another signal which is passed to the nucleus. Then so what is happening in this is that in which the cascade of second messengers and the protein kinases ultimately leads to the transcription factor phosphorylation, and then only these phosphorylated transcription factors can enter to the nucleus in order to have the desired gene expression. Okay, so the other several types of growth factors are there which are directly coupled to the transcription factor, and they play important role in cell proliferation, differentiation and survival. So that is what we are going to see in this lecture now. So we are going to talk about the TGF beta, the SMART pathway. TGF stands for your transformation growth factor, right? So it is similar to the your JAK-STAT signaling in that a protein kinase is associated with a receptor. ठीक है, and then it directly phosphorylates and activates the transcription factor. तो जो कि हमने देखा है JAK-STAT pathway में ऐसा होता है. However, the receptors for TGF beta and the related polypeptides are the protein kinases. ठीक है, यहाँ पे receptor itself is the protein kinase and they're going to phosphorylate the serine or threonine. Guys, you have to remember till now we were talking about the tyrosine kinase, यानी कि वो tyrosine के hydroxyl group में आपका phosphate group attach करता है. But in this case, in the case of the TGF beta, it is the serine or threonine. So this is a huge difference between the types of the kinases we are talking about. So TGF beta, it is a prototype of a family of polypeptide growth factors that control the proliferation and differentiation of various cell types. Guys, this is important. Again and again, I'm saying this point is important. Please remember TGF beta phosphorylation happens on the serine and threonine. This is the takeaway message of this slide. Okay. Okay. So they are composed of two distinct polypeptides. So ये कैसा होगा? So see guys, whenever you study it, start making diagrams also so that you can get the idea. So if suppose this is your plasma membrane, so I have got the two polypeptides over here, which is being designated as let us say this is 1 or this is 2. Okay, so they are associated following the ligand binding. So type 2 receptor then phosphorylates the type 1 receptor, which in turn phosphorylates transcription factors of the SMAD family. So what is happening? Once the ligand is bound over here, the टाइप 2 is going to phosphorylate. So यानी कि आपका first polypeptide जो receptor है that will get the phosphorylated, and then this in turn is going to phosphorylate the transcription factors. Okay. So these transcription factors belong to the SMAD family. Now the phosphorylated SMAD, they form the complex and then they translocate to the nucleus and have the stimulated expression of the target genes. So in and all, अब तक हमने क्या बोला? So you have got the two polypeptide acting as the receptors. So when the ligand is binding, type 2 is going to phosphorylate type 1. Type 1 is going to phosphorylate the transcription factors, and these transcription factors will then finally enter into the nucleus. Okay? So it should be noted that there are at least 30 different members of the TGF beta family in humans, and they all elicit different responses in the target cells. So this is accomplished by combinatorial interactions of 7 different type 1 receptors and 5 type 2 receptors are there. Okay? तो ये हो गया हमारे 5 type 2 and then we have got the 7 type 1. Okay. And then all these finally leads to the activation of different members of the SMART family. So how many are there? Around 8 are there. Don't need to remember these numbers of the families. Nobody's going to ask, even in the for the interview also. Okay, so signaling from the TGF beta receptors already we have discussed. Let's understand more and better by looking at the figure. Okay, so as we have discussed, so TGF beta is actually a dimer. So you have got the 2 and 1. So once the TGF beta goes and binds to it, type 2 is going to phosphorylates and activates your type 1. Okay, now this type 1 is going to phosphorylate SMART proteins, and then what happens? These phosphorylated SMART proteins will then be recruited inside the nucleus in order to stimulate the gene expression. Okay, so it was very simple. The TGF beta pathway is actually very simple to understand. Now let's talk about the another type of signaling, that is NF kappa B. This is your nuclear factor kappa B. Okay, so it is another example of signaling pathway that targets the specific family of transcription factors. Okay, so basically we see the NF kappa B signaling in the case of the ubiquitination or the degradation of an inhibitory subunit. So we have got the 5 transcription factors in which the NF kappa B family is playing important role. For example, it plays important role in the case of immune system, inflammation, as well as regulation of proliferation and survival of many types of animal cells. So the members of this transcription factor family are activated in response to the variety of stimulus like cytokines, ho gaya, growth factors, bacterial, viral infections, and the DNA damage. Okay. Now, the signaling pathways which will lead to NF-kappa B activations has been studied in the case of the TNF. What is TNF? Your tumor necrosis factor, a cytokine which induces inflammation and cell death. Okay, and of toll-like receptors which recognizes variety of molecule associated with pathogenic bacteria and viruses. So guys, maybe I'm a bit fast over here, but let's become a little bit slow over here. So NF-kappa B kahan hum padhte hain? Whenever it is associated with the TNF. Okay? What is TNF? Tumor necrosis factor. It's actually kind of cytokine. Now, where it is involved either in the case of the cell death or the inflammation. Okay? It is also involved wherever we are talking about the toll-like receptors, the TLRs. So TLRs हम कहाँ पढ़ते हैं? Whenever we are talking about the pathogenic bacteria or the viruses. Okay. Now, in the case of the unstimulated cells, the NF-kappa B proteins are bound to the inhibitory I-kappa B proteins, and it is kept inactive state in the cytosol. So, while discussing about the interview type of questions, I have mentioned about the NF-kappa B, that it is always associated with the I-kappa B. Okay. In order to make it active, what happens is that it needs to get phosphorylated. So once the I-kappa B gets phosphorylated, the I-kappa B will gets dissociated from the NF-kappa B. The NLS, okay, nuclear localization signals of the NF-kappa B will be then exposed, and finally it will be translocated to the nucleus in order to carry out the expression of the target genes. Okay. So let's see the figure over here. Studying with the help of the figure is the best way to remember. So you have seen that the TNF, it goes in binds to the receptor. Now it is going to activate the adapter proteins. Now these adapter proteins will activate the I-kappa B kinase. Now this is important because this is going to phosphorylate the I-kappa B. Once I-kappa B gets phosphorylated, it undergoes conformational change and it gets dissociated and targeted for the ubiquitination. Okay? Now what happens is that your NF-kappa B is now free. So once the degradation of I-kappa B happens, and NF-kappa B is free, it goes inside the nucleus to carry out the transcription of its targeted gene. ठीक है? तो कैसा होगा? आप हमेशा देखेंगे that these will get degraded by the proteasome, and again the new I-kappa B will be formed. ठीक है? So the cycle of degradation and synthesis keeps on happening, and this is what is keeping your cytosol in the dynamic state. Okay, so guys, we to summarize, so we talked about the transformation growth factors beta and the SMART pathway, and we also talked about the NF-kappa B. So हमने जो भी तो discuss किया है, they are very simple way of learning the cell signal pathways. And once you understand this chapter, the later when we talk about the cell death, the renewal, the cancer, the pathways which is leading to the cancer, all these will become very easy, because once you remember all these, the later it is going to be very easy. So stay tuned with Excel Chair Academy for more lectures on this. And if you like the video, please Smash that like button and share it with your friend circle also. So till then, keep studying.